So let's start by adding a new facet in FacetWP. This is a commercial plugin that you need to purchase and install and activate. Once you do that, you come to settings and then FacetWP and add a new facet. I'm going to call it property price facet and change the facet type to a slider. And for the data source, you can either search for price and then under the advanced custom fields, I'm going to select the property price custom field. And for the step, I would like the price to be changed in increments of 100 when the user slides the slider. So I'll set 100 here, save the changes and click on reindex. Okay, let's go back and add a new facet and we'll call this number of bedrooms and select drop down, and for the data source under advanced custom fields I'm going to select the corresponding custom field, save the changes, reindex. Okay, go back and repeat this for the other facet. Okay, so what we'll do now is come back to Oxygen, and I'm right now editing the template for the archives for the custom post type. So I'm going to add a columns element. Having 3 columns, and I'm going to move this above the list of posts like that, and we'll give it some light blue background color. Okay, and in the first left div I'm going to add a heading. I'll change this to H3 and change the font size to say 20 pixels, and I'll call this property price. We'll add some margin at the bottom of say 20 pixels like that. I'm going to duplicate this a couple of times and move it inside the other columns. So in the first div below the heading I'm going to add a shortcode element. Let me go back to the property price facet and click on this copy shortcode button. I'll come back here and paste, and I'll repeat the process for the other divs. Okay, let's save this and reload. Okay, we could add some space below the filters section. So I'm gonna select the columns element and drag down like so. Save it. Okay, and notice how there is some extra space here. If I inspect, so that's coming from facet WP dash facet having a bottom margin of 40 pixels from the FacetWP plugin. So what we could do is give a class to this entire filters row and then filter section. So let's say I'm going to give it a class called property filters. Okay. Notice what happened when I gave that class, automatically that gap has gone. That's because I actually already have in the style sheets added that CSS for that. So look at an element that has a class of property filters, and inside that facet WP facet, and set its bottom margin to 0. Okay, let's go back to structure, save it, come here and reload. Okay, so let's see how this works. I'm gonna change the property price like that, and now you can see that the listings have got filtered and to show only 4. And amongst these 4, I can further filter by the other uh, filters. So let's say, oh, I need to change something here. There should be number of bedrooms, and there should be number of bathrooms. Okay, so let's start over. I'm gonna click on reset. So when I change the property price, right now we have 4 entries, and what? Okay, I think I need to reload the page, not just reset. There you go. Okay. So we have now 4 entries, and amongst these, we have 2 houses that have 4 bedrooms. So let me select that, and now we can see this basically narrows it down to these 2 houses. And amongst these, we can see one house has a 2.5 bathrooms, the other has 3.5. Let's say I want to go to this house, so I do that, and finally we have narrowed down just to this house. Okay, click on reset, and that will reset the price. We go to select any to get back to all the listings. There you go. I hope you found it helpful. Bye for now.